They are having the protest of the century outside Kensington Palace right now. And I looked at that and I said, what? But don't they know Meghan seems a little bit unrelatable, y'all? Karma is coming back quick for the royal family in 2025 and Sussex Squad. We love to see it. If you guys don't know, one of the biggest protests in history went down in front of Kensington Palace. I believe it was Commonwealth Day, or who cares? It was some made-up holiday to recognize people that have made up superiority. I'm not memorizing that mess. I do know that Will, Kate, Charles, and Camila have been caught flat-footed because once again, every single time they come out of their cocoons from the Jason Knopfs of the world that make them think that they're doing great and everybody believes them, they get egg on their face and they are 100% embarrassed. Case in point, this Commonwealth thing. Again, Charles is up there talking about, oh my God, have you seen my playlist? It's Beyonce. And I gotta say this. I 100% believe that's true. I believe that Charles, and the funny thing is, Charles goes with William all the time, they side, but I do believe that Charles and Harry are a lot alike. Not like, but the way they'll do anything for love. It's like Charles is the evil version of Harry. I do believe that Charles is obsessed with Black American culture. And I do believe that Charles probably does have Beyonce on his playlist. Let's not forget that he walked Meghan down the aisle. Now, Charles is a horrible human, horrible father, but he walked Meghan down the aisle. As a matter of fact, he was very, very fond of Meghan. I don't know. Do you think Camilla got a little jealous and made sure that they cut that off? Because for a second, Charles, every time Meghan walked in the room, he was like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, Charles is playing on this. Kate is literally they're trying to make her seem so interesting. All they can do is talk about her cancer. On top of that, y'all saw what happened on National Women's Day. And this is what you get, Kate. This is what you get. We're about to get into this. Let me just go off on this tangent. This is what you get, Kate. So what happened? The Kensington Palace honored National Women's Day, and they put up pictures of everybody but the Princess of Wales, Diana and Kate. And Kensington Palace, that's operated by Camilla. And I've been saying for the longest that Camilla has issues with Kate. Okay, but let's actually get into this, right? Because the excuse they gave as to why there wasn't a picture of Kate is saying that Kate has never been photographed by a woman photographer. But that's not true, because was she not photographed by Annie Leibovitz for Vogue, I would assume? Was she not photographed by herself because she is a photographer? And why didn't you put pictures of Kate photographing Charlotte? I know she's not National Women's Day, but I don't know. It's funny in the way that Kate has been doing everything she can to get her digs in with Meghan, all this stuff. And at the end of the day, Camilla is still getting it. Like, they're wolves. They will always eat each other. But in any case, there are huge protests going on right now. Right now, there are huge protests that are going on. On top of that, they're melting down because Waitrose, the supermarket, has seen spikes of interest in crudité, edible flowers, and honey post with Love Meghan. I'm not going to talk trash about London because I'm sure there are some good people that live in the United Kingdom. But can I just say that as much as the British press want to rip apart Meghan, and I find it odd that people that are all over 60 years old are sitting there giving think pieces and lectures over what the young people are doing, what Gen Z is doing. Shut up. Y'all don't know anything, because if you knew, you would give Kensington Palace some clues and they could stop using Meghan as their mood board. What are you talking about? Oh, she's missed the boat. This isn't what Gen Z does. What does Gen Z do? And can I just say something? I don't think Meghan is going for a Gen Z audience. I think she's going for a Gen X and a millennial audience. I think she's going for a grown person audience that isn't worried about being in the clubs, hanging with friends. I mean, don't get me wrong, that has its place. But I think they're going for a thing where, like, they're settled in with kids and a dog and having fun, which is the majority of people that watch with Love Meghan. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand why it has to be everything to everybody. But getting back into these protests, how funny is this? Y'all did y'all best to bury Meghan, and you guys are literally trying to squash down a story that you're being protested. Nobody wants you to be king. Nobody wants, and William is like, don't worry, when it's my turn, when my papa dies, I'll take over. And people are like, William, we don't want you either. But you are so insignificant and you never show your head and you never do anything. We never thought it was going to actually be an issue. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, also, Sussex Squad, have you guys seen what's going on with Meghan's dad? I actually feel sorry for Meghan. You truly were raised by a malignant narcissist. That's probably what her and Harry have in common. I think that the Markles are a very poor version of the royal family. But all the cutting, doing anything for money, running to the media, they are the same family. I think that's why they bond so much. Thomas Markle said Meghan's dead grandma would hate the name Meghan Sussex. That's what you have to say? Meghan's dead grandmother would hate the name Meghan Sussex. So she's supposed to divorce Harry, not use the name. Like, I'm confused. Thomas Markle, where are you going with this? I got it. You're trying to get a soundbite for your overlords at the newspaper. I will say this, since Harry has settled, and I want to know what you think in the comments, Sussex Squad. Since Harry has settled, the vitriol that they go after Meghan and Harry with, it has calmed down a lot. A lot. Probably because they don't want to get sued again. They said that 7,000 miles away from the millionaire's enclave in California that she and Harry now call home sits her 80-year-old estranged father, Thomas Markle. You mean the one that tried to ruin her wedding, sold her out to the media, was a happy tool that the royal family used to torture her to the point of she felt like deleting herself. And then after that, publicly joined in with her sister to bully and harass her. That father? Yeah, okay, that one. Is that why you're estranged? Okay. His mother, Doris, is the grandmother Meghan so lovingly refers to in her new Netflix series. Thomas Markle says that while Doris, who died in 2011, age 91, poor Meghan. So if her grandmother lived till 91, that means her dad's probably going to live to be 100. That means you got so many more years to be tortured by this man. I'm not wishing death. I'm just saying, Lord, thy will be done. They're saying the grandmother adored Meghan, but she would be spinning in her grave at some of her granddaughter's latest claims. It's so funny they're doing this. She said, my mother was proud to be a Markle. So am I. Meghan never had a problem with the Markle name until she met Prince Harry, with bitter sarcasm. Now I have to say, I'm Meghan Sussex's dad. You don't have to say anything, Thomas. If anything, you can keep Meghan's name out your MFing mouth. This is ridiculous. He also said, I haven't seen the show, but I've seen a ton of clips and I've read many stories. I might sit down. I might watch it one day. I'm not sure. Let me get this straight. We got a bunch of people over 80 saying the young kids won't like this, right? But yet they're praising Kate as a style icon and William's going to modernize the monarchy. Okay, fine. Then we got your dad saying, my mother was fine to be a Markle, and I'm proud to be a Markle, but Meghan's not. So now your issue is not with Meghan, it's with patriarchy, because your mother was happy to be a Markle because she married your dad, who was a Markle, and took his name. And then you inherited your dad's name. So now that Meghan found a man that she loves named Harry, now's the problem with her taking her husband's name? I'm confused. How does this go into patriarchal society? I'm confused. Should your grandmother's grandmother be like, how dare, like, what are we really doing? And the fact that they're actually printing this dribble, I don't even think they expect anyone besides us to read the story. I just think they wanted to get that headline off so they can continue to try to brainwash. But Thomas Markle is irrelevant. And let me tell you something. I'm glad Meghan left the UK, because where I'm from in America, nobody cares about you separating from your toxic parents. Do what you need to do. Shout out to Meghan. Shout out to As Ever for the second season's already been greenlit. I think it's been filmed, and it's going to air in September. But more importantly, shout out to Meghan for just pushing through. Because at the end of the day, even how they pick apart As Ever or With Love Meghan, it's a show. It's a cooking show. It's never going to be everything to everyone. Whether you like it or not, that's not the point. How is everything this woman does under such an intense microscope that anybody that even slightly agrees with her has to go and rally around her, because they're always on the attack? Why? Because Meghan represents something the royal family never wants to admit. And that's probably why that they are nothing. They are insignificant. And as royal as they are the worst and the weakest of the bunch that really can't survive outside in the real world. And that's why I think that little protest that's happening outside right now is hitting so hard. Because as much as you try to create a fake reality, you know what's real. And that's why y'all always going after Meghan, because it eats you up. Anyway, shout out to Thomas Markle for proving that sometimes you do have to cut your parents off. Shout out to Meghan for finding her life. You want to take your husband's last name? Go for it. Shout out to Meghan Sussex. Anyway, as a matter of fact, Thomas Markle made me feel like, you know what? Maybe I will just start calling her Meghan Sussex. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you later. Bye, Sussex Squad. Oh, yeah. If I didn't mention, I'm going to be live. I go live on TikTok and Snapchat, cook in the kitchen, make stuff. I'm going to be here all week. I'm going on a fitness journey. So we are going to be talking and gossiping over food. Meghan has inspired me. With love, Tisa. Okay. Talk to you guys later. Bye.